going on, everyone? Welcome to the stream. How are you guys doing today? How is everyone doing? Let's see what we got here. We've got Cinder, Cloud, Squirtle, Splash, Dr. Glowstone, Trash, Wolf Games, Ultra Pie, Chia, Ash, M. Bowen, Pokemon Trainer, Gold Knight, Gray, Ghosty Gengar, and hey, it's Nate. Welcome to the stream, everyone. How are you guys doing today? You're early. What's up, Nate? Welcome. Sorry for the slightly late start to the stream, guys. Something came up like right before I was about to get going. I got that done, and then I got down here, got everything set up, and realized I left like my water and stuff upstairs. So I had to run and grab that. But we are good to go. What's up, Rune? And happy Vivo. Welcome to the stream, guys. What's up, Tegan? Welcome to the stream. He didn't miss it. No, he did not. Did not miss it. We're still going for both Pokemon, and the stream just started today. Z-San, welcome to the stream. Jam, welcome. How's it going? Maybe we'll get it. Hopefully we'll get it. I finally broke my drought last night. Off stream with a Pokemon I was hunting. I posted it on Discord. But I got a shiny Salandit. I was super happy for that. But yeah, so shinies still exist. I can still get them. Sorry I didn't return last stream. You took longer to buy shoes. It's all good, Nate. It's all good. No need to worry about it. Here's something you get a shiny before you have to leave for work. Hopefully, Cinder. I'm really hoping we can get one early on, so yeah, we can spend the majority of the stream on something new. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see how that all goes. Congrats. Well, thank you, Luke. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm really glad I was able to find that. It was nice to break the drought. Unfortunately, it was male, which means I have to hunt for it again now with Cute Charm and hope that I get it, unless I want to just keep going for it several times. It does make the hunt a bit more difficult because I don't have like a really well-leveled Sylveon. But it is going. It is working fairly well. It's going smoothly. Shiny. Haven't heard that word in years. It feels like it, right? Was a Salandit female? Yeah, no, it wasn't female, unfortunately. So I gotta go for another one for Salazzle. I was gonna go for a second one anyway. For living deck stuff, I was just hoping I got, you know, the female the first time, but I wasn't using Cute Charm or anything like that, so it really was unlikely I was gonna get it. You know, what's up, Games? You were early. How's it going? Shinies and different colored Pokemon are still the same, pretty much. Show Don Nicholas, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? But yeah, guys, today's been pretty hectic for me so far. I've been packing and packing and packing and had to run to the store for something, and then I came back and continued packing. And it's crazy because, like, I don't even feel like I have half of my stuff packed for going back, but I feel like I can still get it done tonight because I've been, like, packing all day, and the problem is most of this is, like, the majority of what I have to pack. You know, I throw clothes in a laundry bag, all that stuff, but, like, this room down here has been hard to pack. So, like, I was able to pack the bookshelf here that has, like, game cases and stuff on it, Pokemon cards, that kind of stuff. Stuff that I've, like, gained since coming home, like, you know, that kind of stuff's pretty easy to get into, like, the boxes that are behind me. But I couldn't pack any of this. Like, you know, I can't just pack up a monitor or something. I need both of them up. I can't just pack up the little side table I have. That has all my audio on it. So, as soon as the stream ends, this is going to be going hard at getting everything finished packing. Imagining wanting a rare gender shiny, but not being able to use Cute Charm, because that's your situation. You want a female Riolu, but you can't Cute Charm for it. For a piece of Final Gambit. Ooh, yeah. I hope you get it, Cinder. I really do hope you get it. You said Kappa. I thought it would have been a ripoff, but whatever. Nah. Read your comments. What was your comments? Oh, you got a shiny Ruffalo today at 75 SOS calls. Awesome, Silver Snow. Congratulations. I did read it, Silver Snow. I did read it, Jam. I don't need to phase so much because I'm gonna be forced to use ghost types and none of them can have Cute Charm. I mean, theoretically, if you set it up, you could throw Sylveon into battle, skill swap, then throw another one of your Pokemon into battle, like another ghost type, Trevenant or whatever, and skill swap, and get Cute Charm that way. So as long as you don't withdraw from battle, you still have Cute Charm. But that is a whole process, for sure. point of Riolu, you're better off Masuda methoding for it. Yeah, if you're trying to do it without a ghost type. Trying Riolu is ugly in your opinion? I mean, people definitely have varying opinions. I think it's okay. In 10 days is your birthday! Awesome, Jam Jam! Happy early birthday. Marth, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? SOS odds are much better than Masuda, though. Yeah, once you actually get the chain going. Oh, don't say that, Nate. Don't say that. There's no like reason at the end of the day. Nothing can be that bad that's like the only solution there, man. Joke. That's not something to joke about, though. SOS odds are higher than Masuda, so the chance is lower. And you're more likely to get something through SOS once you get the chain up there. Not instead of having to phase for this, you'll just be wonder trading the extras away. Fair enough. Yeah, no, like if that's how you want to do it, then that's how you go about it. I think it's possible to get Cute Charm, but I don't know if it has that effect then. Because I was having some issues with Sylveon and getting the Cute Charm to work on that. Like, it wasn't in the first slot, so it just was not... It was not calling in females, it was just calling in at what seemed to be the same call rate. Chances are higher, but hatching is a guaranteed shiny. It's really a matter of preference. Yeah, definitely. And I always find myself struggling with Masuda method, just because, like, it just seems like it either goes way more quickly or takes forever. The most painful shiny is Solana and Combi, because you're trying to, like, go against the odds on the gender of it, yeah. With Solanda. I mean, the thing is, if I catch some extra ones, they're still shinies, they're still cool. I'll still have them be like, look how many it took to actually get the one I needed. But it definitely, at the same time, would be fantastic not to have to do that. Just get the second one to be female and call it good. I'm trying to find a Clefairy and Pokemon Red. What's up, Invisible Ghost 13? New to this channel, well, welcome. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the stream and decided to stick around. How are you doing today? Shinies are never guaranteed except for the Red Gyarados. Well, I mean, like, as far as once you have it, like, it's not like a, like, with a shiny in the wild, you can screw up and KO it or whatever. Especially with the way that, Masuda method works in Gen 7. I don't know how, like, the RNG actually worked in games previous, but I know in Gen 7 at least, you theoretically can get the shiny soft reset and get it again. Like, it is technically a bit more guaranteed. Obviously not fully guaranteed, and it's not just like, oh, you're guaranteed to get it, like, as soon as you go for it, but it's harder to screw up the encounter with the shiny through Masuda method. I forgot you had to have a black or white to transfer Pokemon in Diamond to Ultra Sun. Yeah, you gotta use Gen 5 to get them up into the newer games. I do fortunately have myself a copy of it, because I do need to get some Pokemon from Emerald up to at least Gen 6, but I don't know when I will be able to do that. Yo, Tony, what is up, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? This is another Pokemon game. Oh, no. Nah, yeah, that is one thing that's, like, it makes sense. I understand why. They're obviously not gonna be able to predict how to make a game like Gen 4 transfer into Gen 6 like that early on, and I don't know, they probably don't want to. They'd rather you buy Gen 5. But yeah, so, like, it's nice that, like, you can transfer them, you know, at least up a gen each time. So you can get Pokemon from Gen 3 all the way up to, like, new games. It's super nice. Dark Ninja, welcome to the stream. You have a lot of shinies? Awesome. That's cool to hear, Invisible Ghost. What's your favorite one? Didn't save on Sapphire, you have to fight Brawly again. Oh no! Nate, no! Tony's serious. You gotta go. Alright, see you later, Invisible Ghost. Thanks for stopping by the stream. I'm glad to see you. I hope you decide to come back at some point, so I hope to see you again soon. You can't fail as much with Masuda, but it's not that easy to fail. A shiny of any kind if you know what you're doing. Except Geodude. Even Geodude, if you have Damp, you're fine. you're paying attention, like it takes a lot of focus when you find shiny. Yes, like there's some amount of reasoning why, even with like Poipole's soft reset, you know, it's just like, or with like something like a Poipole soft reset, or when we found Ho-Oh, it's like, just kind of sit there for a minute and let your hands stop shaking uncontrollably, because you don't want that thing. Freaking Brawly is a pain in the hiney. I hope you beat him super quickly. You already know how to beat him now, so you'll get this super quick. It's a genius scheme. What's a genius scheme? Almost any shiny fail can be prevented. Yeah, the shiny fails that can't are really just the unexpected ones. Random encountering a shiny Geodude and it self-destructing on the first turn after, like, you failed to catch it or you risked false swiping. That's one of the few things that's, like, truly unavoidable. In most situations, if you are hunting for something, you can prep for it. What's up, Ruby, the Sky Warrior? Welcome to the stream. Ruby, listen to music. Your music. You're new to Pokemon on YouTube. You also found accident. Is that a good thing? Well, I'm glad you found me. It's definitely a good thing. I hope you like the stream and decide to stick around. How are you doing today, Ruby? You still have Katy Perry. There you go. Found Clefairy. Awesome loot. Congratulations. Pika-san, welcome to the stream. Are you the only one here that always leaves whatever the stream they're in or stops whatever video they're watching and goes live? I appreciate that, Z-San. I really do. I obviously do as well. It'd be awkward if I was sitting here watching another stream, I feel. 27 Weirdhead YT Poketuber, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? A long time no see. Cat scratched you and you said, I don't know, Ruby. I hope, you know, it doesn't, you know, hurt too bad or anything. Hope you're able to get it cleaned up and everything. Sorry to hear you cat scratched you, though. Full PC plus Mencino Black and White, and Starly and Diamond Pearl. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, full PC is, like, just an issue. Like, the Mencino, yeah. Iconic YO, welcome to the stream. How long does it take for you to find Shiny Mewtwo? I forget, was it a week or 2 weeks of hunting? It wasn't too bad. If you go in the description, I can real quick. It took us... Yeah, Mewtwo took us about 1,200 encounters, so it wasn't too bad. Legit, it's been months. How you doing? Charmander, can you please be a shiny? I would love for it to. I would absolutely love for it to be a shiny. Hope you can start your Registeel hunt on the stream. I would really appreciate being able to do that. Or being able to get back into Emerald some. Well, thank you, Iconic. I appreciate it. And Iconic, thank you for the sub. I really, really do appreciate that. Game freeze is awful. That, honestly, could be, like, the worst one. Just because, that would be rough. Almost a year since you watched one of your streams. Yeah, I'm glad you're back, man. I'm glad you're back. Would have been hunting, what, like Treecko back then? Or would we may have started. We may have started Charmander at that point, but, yeah, it's been almost a year since we did a Charmander hunt. Munch, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Ho-Oh broke the shiny charm. It just took all the luck right out of it. Been job searching for the past couple hours, so this is a nice break. Awesome. I hope that's going well, Tegan. Have you been normalized on a Skitty or a Delcat to use a move that switches abilities and switch to a ghost type? See, like, that's what I would... for the key charm stuff, that's kind of what I would think. Is like you could get it from Sylveon to a ghost type, or just from something to a ghost type. The problem there is I don't know exactly what triggers the cute charm to be used, because I know it like wasn't working on one set of encounters. I had to like back out, go and like change my party order and stuff, and then it worked. Read your most recent message about shiny fails. Basically, sum up your entire point about shiny fails by specifying what you meant. Missing messages. Let me put it this way: any hunted shiny fail can be prevented. Yeah. That's what I would lean towards. The game randomly freezing, yeah, that is an unfortunate just thing that happens, especially in like Gen 4. Yeah, I know. I agree with that. Because like I said, you randomly encounter a Geodude or you randomly encounter something without a Pokeball before you have Pokeballs, those are unpreventable. Aside from, well, you shouldn't have stepped in that grass. But, so that's what I feel there. A different name back then. Yeah, I did not recognize the name, but I totally trust people when they're like, hey, what's up? And they say they've been around for a while. You're okay. You got a question? What's that bunch? Just Metal 88 welcome to the stream. Why are they playing Japanese? I own a Japanese cartridge of it. I lost my English Fire Red at some point between like buying it at the age of 8 and starting streaming at the age of 20. So there's about 12 years there where the game could have just disappeared. But I own a Japanese Leafgreen. If I knew where my English one was, we'd be using that. This picture of Chino anime girl. That's who's. Mine's like based off of Umaru. My friend drew it. Where it's supposed to be like me in a Decidueye. Own the Japanese yeah, that's exactly what the situation was. Couldn't find this English copy of Fire. Yup. Thought maybe it's faster. Yeah, no, it doesn't add much. And since I'm doing the soft resets on both, I lose any amount of efficiency I'd have because I just kind of switch back and forth occasionally. So yeah. Yeah, no, there's nothing special about it. I know some people have asked before if like the odds are better on the Japanese game, and that would be amazing if they were. But nope. Same hunt. Just most people in the chat can't read it now. In Smash Ultimate, who do you want as a new character or as an Echo Fighter? I don't know. I don't actually 100% know who all the characters that are in Smash Ultimate are, because I'm not a big Smash player. So for me, it's never been a big concern. Scrumpy, what's up? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing today? So shining for Squirtle. Awesome. Good luck with the Squirtle hunt. Heard rain in the background. No, it's someone's running like the washing machine or the dishwasher or something, and the pipe out of the house is in this room. Like it's not even in the wall. It's like in the wall. It just comes down through the ceiling and out back. So yeah, it made water noises for a minute. That used to be a bigger problem with my old mic, but for a reason it was like incredibly loud this time. So yeah, no, that's not rain or anything. It's just a pipe off in that direction. You can read Japanese? That's awesome, Ruby. That's awesome. Yeah, I took Japanese in college. I've taken 2 years of it. I need to keep practicing. I need to freshen up because I haven't really studied much all this summer. You need to use your lone mouse ball and try to keep it if you found it. Honestly, I wouldn't blame you. Because, yeah, if you just randomly encounter a Geodude and it's shiny and you're just like, I don't want to fail a shiny right now, it's your only guaranteed way not to. What's up, Abby Carberry? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing today? You're gonna replay Pokemon Pearl. Awesome. I need to play through Sinnoh at some point. Once I do like that big hunt I've got planned. But again, it's gonna require a little bit more prep before I can do that, and I can't really like play Sinnoh in the meantime with how my Platinum copy acts up. The best shiny fail is when A-Drive soft reset over a shiny Cyndaquil. I heard about that. I wasn't there to see it, but I heard about it because Random Temps was doing his hunt, and people kept bringing up what A-Drive did. And that'd be awful. You haven't played Pokemon since February. I know, like, this past year has not been, like, the most hype year for Pokemon. With Yusum being Sun and Moon 2.0, a lot of people definitely were taking their break from it. Fortnite came out. All these games took, like, the spotlight away from Pokemon for sure. So yeah, I know a lot of people have been in that boat too. I'm gonna be using a lot of Pokemon you haven't used or haven't used in a long time. But yeah, that'd be a fun way to play through it. I definitely find myself falling in that same groove of just, if I do ever replay a game, I replay it almost identically. Which is part of why I probably don't enjoy replaying games as much, because I just do the same thing again. When, you know, it's a game, I can do whatever I want. What are the odds of getting all the starters in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Shiny, like, all at once? That's astronomical. It's like 3 in several million, what would that be? What would that even be? That would be... That'd be 1 in several billion, or like 3 in several billion. Cut it down to like 1 in a couple billion. Like, I don't think it's ever happened, and if it does, it'll happen one time in the history of the world. Like, if you're doing it legit, because it's 1 in 8192 for each of them. When you want to find one of them, it's 3 in 192. Or I guess no, it's just 1 in whatever, because it's 1 in 8192 to the 3rd power. Like 1 in 8192 cubed. It's insane. This generation I start playing Pokemon. I started playing Pokemon in Gen 3. Fire Red was my first game. I quickly got Sapphire and Emerald as like Christmas presents and stuff, and I played those a whole bunch. I got Pearl when Diamond and Pearl came out. My DS got broken, so I wasn't able to play anything Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Platinum, Gen 5. I was able to play X and Y, and then I got a 3DS. Well, Oris was the new game. I got back into it, and then I got a Sun and Moon. And Sun and Moon's where I like really got back into Pokemon. But you know, Oris brought me back into it, and I got into it at first with Gen 3. But Gen 7's honestly where I first like gotten into Pokemon. What's up, Squishy Lad? Welcome to the stream. I didn't add the top hat. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like I said, remind me in the Discord, like, at a random hour that I'm not streaming, so I would like look at it, and I will absolutely do it. I apologize. I promised I would. Best is not equal most iconic. Because I mentioned earlier, I think Supreme Arcanines. You think he just froze. I can wonder if you want to say, oh, Supreme Arcanines, your hands went up with a 2. That is kind of weird. Like, I figured I knew what you meant, but I was wondering what the 2 was there for. Like, I was like, have I been misreading it this whole time? Post that in the Discord. You did, and then like the chat blew up and I wasn't paying attention. It's on me. It's on me for sure. I apologize. One shiny failure like is when Wes offers it over a shiny Registeel. I remember that. That was unfortunate. Like playing Roblox on your phone, but it won't let you because of security key mismatch. That sounds like a password changed somewhere. Can't find a Lapras for your Pokedex. What game are you playing in? What do you think if you link battle someone who opened with a level 100 Cleffa? I wouldn't know if that was good, bad, or some kind of troll. I know so little about competitive Pokemon that I honestly wouldn't know how I would react there. I'd probably have no reaction aside from they're thinking of some strategy that I haven't heard of. Ultramoon, isn't it just like a really rare encounter in some water? Like from surfing, not from fishing? If I'm not mistaken. Go back to that time you almost failed a shiny Cubone. No. Talking about shiny fails, how about Age-Drive Cynical? That got brought up, yeah. What's up, King of Wrong? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I'm just talking about that. Yeah, we did talk about Age-Drive for a minute. I didn't see it, I just remember hearing about it when another streamer was hunting for Cyndaquil. Or for Totodile. I guess he was hunting for Totodile, but found Cyndaquil. It's gonna add the top hat to all of your comments. Alright, man. Alright. Hopefully I'll remember to add it. I have, like, over a day to remember. You're doing good. That's good to hear. Pony in the water. There's also Wailmer and Wailord. Yeah, it's a surfing encounter. What's up, James Bauer? Welcome to the stream. You start school tomorrow, rip. Well, I hope it goes well, James. Hope it goes well. You know, summer was fun for sure, but I'm personally ready to get back to classes and stuff. It's been a bit too long. You know, like, I had work and all that, but just because of the way that does things, it was super, like, exhausting. Just having 8 hours of work, 2 hours of sleep. Level 1 attack holding Focus Sash, and the moves Endeavor and Quick Attack. The way to beat everything. Unless you do not watch Age-Drive, the only shiny streamers you really watch are you, Pokemon, and Jubilee. I mean, I don't really watch Age-Drive that much either, because he does most of the stuff on Twitch. I tried kind of getting into his streams a little bit that one week that I wasn't able to stream on YouTube. I was like, I'm gonna be moving to Twitch myself, so I should probably, like, check out some people on here and see, like, what those kind of streams look like, and I don't know. They weren't bad. It just wasn't as engaging to me as most of the people that I'd watch on YouTube, you know? But yeah, so normally I'll tune into Wes, I'll tune into Random Tens. Occasionally I'll tune into Pokemon. I haven't really caught a streak from Jubilee at any point. And then there's like a couple streamers that stream in like Japanese that I've seen, but they're really hard to come across because like they stream when I'm asleep. What's my major? My major is computer science. Gonna be a senior, awesome dude. If you have any spare time during the stream or after the stream, can you search up on YouTube the Lock Recruit? It's good, and you can see me. I might. I won't be able to do it on stream, you know, because I always like focus in on the hunt and on the chat and stuff, because that's already split my attention a bunch. But I mean, feel free to post whatever it is in like that YouTube channel on the Discord for sure. I think the streams just never appeal to you. As you speak about streamers, I totally understand that. I totally understand that. It's just not like there's definitely certain streamers that I can get into, and some that I don't really like enjoy or engage with as much, and that's just personal preferences. Jubilee's been away and not streaming for about a week. She'll be back in streaming tonight. Oh, cool, cool. Yeah, I mean, just like in general. Like, since back... Gosh, when would that have been? That would have been like winter break, maybe even. Like, was the first time I ever knew. On throw your game, why are you about to do that? Don't do that. I've never watched a Pokemon live stream, never ever in your life. I've never been on any type of Pokemon live streams ever. You should try them, you're missing out, man. Missing out on some awesomeness. But why? The question there, why would you throw the game? Lapras. You'll find it, man. You'll find it. Running your Discord server when she was away was sure an experience. The chat blew up the second she came back. Oh yeah, I imagine a lot of people waiting around, you know, the streamer they joined for and stuff to show back up. You gotta go. Alright, see you later, King of Wrong. Thanks for stopping by the stream, man. I hope to see you again soon. You're gonna be right back. Alright, see you in a bit, Nate. People who'd never seen talk, they were suddenly like, "Hi, Jubilee, notice me." And it wasn't obvious before. It is that most people are there just want to get to Jubilee. I mean, yeah, no, that's definitely a thing. I know that happened in some Discords I'm in, where it's like, there's kind of no one online, and then the streamer might be like, "Hey, I'll be in voice chat for a bit," and then suddenly like 50 people are in there, and you're just like, what is going on? What's up, the boss? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I'm just trying to Regice, you can trade with me. Thank you for the offer, man, but I try to hunt for them mostly on my own. Obviously, I've gone this far, so I may as well just keep going. Multiple people DM you, I guess because they think by DMing you, they'll get to talk to Jubilee. I mean, I've had similar things happen with the mods on here. They'll like get random DMs about stuff, like asking about things that I've done or like that I'm going to do, and they're just like, I don't know, you know, because most of them is like they're more there, so like if they notice something going on or they get like pinged in the chat, they'll be able to respond. Or if someone's got like an issue, they're like, "Oh, is Mindless aware of this or whatever?" And it's like, I don't know, ask him. I guess it's easier with me too, for people to like. It's less ridiculous for people to just DM me than it would be to try to DM someone like Jubilee, who I imagine has way more people trying to contact her. Good luck then. Well, thank you again for the offer. Yeah, like, I really do appreciate that. But we're this far in, and like it's not like I'm trying to get it for any specific reason other than this to hunt for it. Welcome back, Nate, and your boy Kevin. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How are you doing today? Grenji, what's up, man? Welcome. First solo win in Fortnite yesterday. You got back-to-back solo win with 11 kills. Nice. Someone even asked who you were, Jubilee. You're just Jubilee's alternate account, right? just to see how people act to not Jubilee. Why? Because you run the server and post the rules in the server. He's explicitly stated I'm not Jubilee, I just run her server. Some people just don't read that kind of stuff, though. Like, you can post the rules somewhere, you can post answers to certain, like, questions that get asked a whole bunch. You can do all this stuff, and there's going to be someone who either reads it and thinks it's not true, or just ignores it. Like, you'll always get that on the internet. You're back. Dinner calls right. See you in a bit, Pika-san. Just saying hi and good luck. Well, awesome. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. It's good to see you. Not much of a fan of Jubilee. I mean, like we were talking about, it's like, you don't have to, like, not like someone and, like, think they're a horrible person or a horrible streamer to not be, like, a fan of them, you know? I totally get that. Like I said, there's streamers like that for me, or just general content like that for me, where I can see the quality and I can see the value of it, but it's just, it doesn't engage me. It might be for a very obvious reason, like there's something I don't like about, you know, the way they organize the content, or just their presentation of it or something, but like, you know, or it can just be something where it's just like, for whatever reason it doesn't engage me. Like, it should, but it just doesn't, you know? Like, that's definitely a thing. Got the character you wanted in Smash? Awesome, Squishy that. Your drink's spilled all over your sandwich! Oh no! Oh no. Can't have a sandwich now, can't we? Kitten woke you up last night jumping on your face. Hopefully not with claws. I'm gonna have nachos for dinner tonight. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. I had nachos, I guess, a couple weeks ago. I don't remember when I guess, I don't know if I had nachos, but I know I had like a taco or something a while back. Or if I was down, or if I was down. Good luck, Dave. Good luck. Just again, be careful with all caps and messages. What's up, Greg? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? You had nachos for breakfast. I don't think I've ever had nachos for breakfast. I've had them for lunch and for dinner, but breakfast is a new one for me. Not everyone's gonna absolutely love every stream, and that's fine. Wouldn't offend you at all. I'm just talking about how ridiculous some people are about this stuff. It's kind of crazy. It is legitimately kind of crazy, that kind of stuff. And honestly, like, just as weird as it is, I never expected that kind of stuff with my own experiences here. You know, like, I kind of almost expect it when I see the people I'm sub to who are in the hundreds of thousands or in the millions of subscribers. That kind of range, like having people who are like, ooh, and like at that point almost a celebrity in my eyes at that point. But it's like, you see it even like at the super low level, like there'll be people who are like trying to like get you to like promote them or whatever, and it's like, you're not really gaining anything from asking me. I don't even know why. As well as, yeah, just it's interesting to see, because like I wouldn't expect it personally in any, but I totally get that. And like I said, because I know all the mods, or most of the mods, every mod except Tony I like know in real life and hang out with fairly regularly. And yeah, they'll talk about like, especially earlier on, they'd get a whole bunch of messages about like, oh, has Ian seen this? And it's like, I'm also online on Discord, like you can directly ask me here. But yeah, no, it's interesting. What's up, Copycat? Welcome to the stream. You're a ghost and you're haunting your channel. Oh no. Well, if you're haunting, I hope you like the content you're haunting. She scratched your neck 3 nights ago. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope Katy Perry doesn't work as an Akita. Like Jubes, and even has it. Like Jubes even has her own separate role in Discord, so we're above yours, and yet people still fail to realize you're not her. Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. What's your favorite shiny Pokemon? It is Milotic. One of the princesses in Mario games that no one cares about and just makes jokes and memes about me, Daisy. I mean, there are definitely people who are fans of Daisy. Here's a shiny Groudon. That's cool. That's cool. Groudon's a cool shiny, especially Primal Groudon and Kyogre shinies. Those are awesome. One against Brawly. Awesome, Nate. Yeah, you can get in a smash and Waluigi doesn't. Oof. Ian ranting about, I don't know, he just zoned out for a bit. It's not ranting, it's just, you know, I know the situation that Cinder's in with. They're just, like, people who are trying to contact you and stuff, and, like, no matter how much you explicitly state something isn't the case, they'll ignore it because they're like, nah, that's, like, they're just trying to trick me, or, like, they don't read any of it. Latias is the best girl. Also used to hate Daisy, but then a certain event happened and now she's probably your favorite Mario princess. What event was that? To fly. I was unaware of that. Like an ostrich. Suddenly very suspicious. At least it's something for you and other mods to laugh about and avoid these kind of shenanigans a lot. Oh yeah, no, like, it's definitely something that you know, I've been able to joke with the mods and stuff about, just when things happen occasionally and it's just like some random person, like, there's so many times I've just heard stories from them about stuff and the Discord's not even that big, or the things that'll happen like on YouTube and stuff. There's just like, that's really weird. Don't know why this channel would get that kind of stuff, but okay. What's up, Dermuffle? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Do you ever get bad vibes from strangers too? Ah, that's interesting. I mean, there's definitely, like, there's definitely some people who just like act sketch and stuff, but I don't know. I haven't watched enough of Jubilee streams to really get an opinion. They always end up like either happening on top of mine or just at weird hours I'm not watching. I'll be honest. There was only 2 black flamingos in the world. I need to add them to my shiny collection. Daisy was fly like an ostrich. I mean, don't we all fly like ostriches? You play Mario Kart 7 on your 3DS and 2DS? And you just like Mario and Toad, and one day you're like, let's pick Daisy and be annoying and Cincinnati Blazer. Fair enough. Doesn't need to be any kind of like big reason or anything. Gonna play more of Silver. You've been really enjoying it. I need to finish Crystal. The one problem there is it's on my cap card, and I really have been nervous about using my cap card, like plugging and unplugging it a whole bunch after you know, whatever was causing those connection issues the past couple days. I'll probably play it a bit tomorrow, actually, when I'm like not unpacking and doing stuff, because it'll already have been unplugged. How did I complete my Pokedex? I completed the Sun Pokedex by just like catching all the Pokemon myself, that Alola Dex. And then for Usum, I used Pokemon Bank to transfer, you know, those 300 Pokemon over and back, because I got a living deck, so I was able to immediately fill up that whole Pokedex. Then once I did that, there's only like 100 Pokemon left to catch, and most of them you can get pretty easily. So it wasn't too hard to do, it just took me a little while. That's why like Raikou hunts took forever. One more subscriber until Ian gets to 2,100 subscribers. Honestly, it's been awesome. It's been awesome seeing that number go up a little bit. As much as the numbers don't actually matter, it's super cool seeing how close we are. You're kind of down because you have braces now and your whole mouth hurts, but it's okay. Yes, give it like a week, man, and you'll be used to them. They'll occasionally have to get tightened and stuff, but it's not that bad. You can watch the stream tonight. They usually start at 7:30 Central Time. Alright, I'll have to try to check it out if I have a screen up still somewhere, because like I said, as soon as the stream ends, I'm like tearing everything down. But yeah, I'll try to tune in. It's time to go to work. Alright, see you later, Cinder. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Hope to see you again soon. Getting philosophical? Am I? Am I getting philosophical? I didn't think I was. What do you name a flamingo Pokemon, and what type would it be? I don't... What would you name a flamingo Pokemon? There isn't one. More than friends alone. I figured that's kind of what you meant there, much. These 10 minutes of toothbrushing are the worst. Oh yeah, like, oh, your teeth are now super sore. Let's, like, violently rub something against them. Yeah, it's definitely important, especially with how it can catch stuff in there. So, definitely worth it. Make sure you brush well and all that. It would be a Flamingo pun, and it would be a hat type Pokemon. How could it, what like, why would it be a hat type? When he said don't we all fly like ostriches? I mean, ostriches don't really fly. They just kind of like go along the ground, right? I'm not being dumb there, right? What's up, Frisk? Welcome to the stream. I should use quit on the Charmander. Never. Never. Maybe at some point and only temporarily, but not right now. We've still got a long way to go before we get to that kind of point. It's wearing a hat. It'll be wearing a hat. And it'll be a super fancy flamingo. It'll have like a top hat and a monocle. Don't know, you just... I said that, I mean, I did, because people were, you guys, like, if Daisy flew like an ostrich. Or someone did. It almost always win thanks to video game skills. Just on point video game skills. Didn't put a hat in it. Ooh, he didn't. He didn't. He put the word hat, though. Again, be careful with all caps. Put the word hat. Yeah, that has to at least count for something. What's up, TK Melody? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I don't think that one's shiny lock, so it should be possible, right? They can't fly. Exactly. Exactly. So we're all able to fly like ostriches because they can and we can't. What's up, Mike? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? You're doing good. That's good to hear. That is good to hear. I get so salty and say you were cheating. Just try and have fun with the game. I got called for, like, honestly, being accused of cheating when you're not is honestly one of the best things. It's like, it just means you're doing that well that they cannot fathom you having actually done that well. As long as other players, and it's not like the game itself calling you for it. But, I had that happen one time when I was playing, like, Black Ops 3's multiplayer or something. I just happened to, like, notice someone and I kind of twitched and shot, and I happened to just, like, spin perfectly and shoot and was like, what? Like, it was so bad that, like, the entire chat on both teams was like, freaking aimbot, and I'm just like, no, that was an accident. Like, I won't even claim skill, I'll just claim accident there. But those are always, like, the best moments, right? The Emus once won a war against the Australians. There's documentation about the Great Emu War. I mean, it is a legitimate war that happened. That's memed. But apparently, like, it was legitimately just so they could, like, get rid of the emus using, like, military funding. It's like, we have to declare war on them if we want to, like, use military power. So they did. So it was, like, a technicality, but yes, they did go to war with emus. It's so good. It really is. It really is. Like, that moment is like, you're cheating. It's like, I'm not, though. I'm not, though. Sometimes you walk outside and you see a flying ostrich. I would be very confused, because I don't think there are any ostriches around here in the first place. Flamingo Pokemon could be called Flamincon and Flying Fire, because Flamingo... That's maybe. I guess the flame part would definitely lend itself to being fire type. That could be the fire-water Pokemon right there, because flamingos tend to hang out in water. It's perfect. And the emus won. Just Australia surrendered. forgot the name. Yeah, I forget where I saw it too. I'm pretty sure it was on YouTube or it was on Reddit or something that I saw like the explanation as to why it happened. I knew it was a thing already. Like I said, it's been memed like crazy. Why is that Z-Sand? Literally grind the maps and try multiple sets of cards so you wouldn't practice. I just thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Jelly-filled donut. I would love one. Perfect jelly-filled donut there, Friss. In practice, had the same card, even though their cards were probably better and would still win. I mean, if they're just not if they're not like driving properly, then you just, yeah, makes sense. Don't like those donuts. I mean, I'm actually not a fan of jelly-filled donuts. I like other fillings. I'm not a fan of the jelly in donuts. Most of the time. It depends on the donut, and I've definitely started liking them more as opposed to when I was like way younger. But yeah, not a big fan. Not a big fan of jelly-filled donuts in general. Brock wants some jelly-filled donuts. Pulls up onigiri. 2100 now. Woohoo! We just gotta wait for that number to update. Hype indeed. Hype indeed. Now we just gotta get to 22, and then 23, and then all the way up to 3K. Like, just make that 700 sub jump from there. Jelly-filled are your favorites. Nothing beats jelly-filled donut. Yeah, it just seems like why they needed to make that a different thing in the localization is just beyond me. Like, it's obviously not a donut. You really don't have to lie about it. You can say a rice ball. Most people probably wouldn't get it, but you can still say a rice ball. It'd be fine. And when you create 100 YouTube accounts, that wouldn't get me flagged super quickly. Not at all. Found 5 of them. That's a lot of jelly-filled donuts. What's up again? Hey, welcome to the stream. Just SOS on for Charmander. I want to hunt for it in Leafgreen so I can have it like when I play through Leafgreen. And also I just want to do a hunt on something Game Boy related because that's the only way I can dual stream. If I do another Charmander, which will happen eventually, I'll need at least 2 more. They're not going to be happening in these games. They'll be happening in newer ones with better odds. I'll say that much. But this hunt specifically, I'm fine with it being full odds and taking a while. It takes forever for the sub-counts to update. It's not an issue of like it just taking a while for the number to update. It's that the software only checks after every so often. So you can subscribe and have it take 5-10 minutes to update, and you can subscribe and have it update in like 30 seconds. It depends on when you subscribe and when everything checks. Because YouTube has to check to update the number, and then the software I use has to check to update the number, and then it updates. So if everything lines up where it's like you sub, YouTube checks, then this checks, it's all good. But if like you sub, then like if YouTube checks, then you sub, and then my software checks, and then it has to wait for YouTube to check, and then for my software to check again before it'll do anything. Be careful with emoji spam as well. That's also spam. Just do you guys try any rolls from it? I need to do a Ralt hunt. That's gonna be what I go for after the Charmander. Which I also realized I packed up my Emerald cartridge. So we'll see about that. look at the sub count. It did update, yeah. Yep. No, I guess it basically updates, I'd say, every like 5 minutes. 4Kids dubs weren't that bad in your opinion. Like, I don't know. I wasn't. The ones that I've seen might not be the biggest fan of, but I tend to lean towards subs anyway, so I don't really judge most dubs too harshly. Maybe pad parts weren't awful. I feel like anything like that, you're gonna run into an issue somewhere, and I don't know why they made the issue like jelly-filled donuts as opposed to saying rice ball. Like, you don't have to call it onigiri, you just call it a rice ball, and people will be like, a ball of rice, okay. That makes sense. Should we hype? I mean, if you want. It's already been hyped, though, I would say. Nah, I mean, they look like a handle, but I'm waiting long enough that I would hear the sparkle. Let's realize you're glad that the adrenaline orbs don't get used during SOS Hunt. Yeah, no, adrenaline orbs, you'll use the first one, and then, yeah, you can spam them, and if they don't have an effect, it won't use another one, which is awesome, because it makes it so much easier. So check an explanation about 5 times. I guess that's what it's doing, is it's doing a bunch of checks. So it makes sense in that sense. Psych. Nah, I mean, I knew it wasn't shiny. I've only ever had it called... I've only ever had it, like, legitimately get me a couple times, and that's not, like, a challenge. I would definitely prefer you guys not lie like that and try to freak me out. What's up, Lana-chan? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Waits for the right time to be seen. I try to see every message. I try. Sometimes, there have been moments with this chat already today that have been, like, pretty insane as far as messages go compared to normal. But then comes the question of explaining that green stuff on the outside of the donut. If you call it a rice ball, that's what it is, and it's from Japan. There's gonna be stuff that just doesn't work out very well, and just needs to be like it's hard to say. Like it brings up more questions when you change what it is to something else without changing the art. Because then it just doesn't look, it looks weird for something that people know. Are you missed? You are missed, but you're here now, so you're not missed at the moment because you're here. I should have just called it rice balls, or at least edit it to look like donuts. The editing may have been hard to do back in the 90s. That's kind of what I'm thinking is, I don't think there was the budget to edit it back then. I don't think 4Kids really had the budget for that. But, yeah, just call it rice balls. I don't think it's that big of an issue. You know, did you know that Squishy Lad means evil being from not heaven? I did not. That is spoopy knowledge to now know, indeed. Did you miss me? Yes, I'm glad you're here now, Lana. I'm glad you're here. I personally don't, yeah, no thanks for the offer, but if someone else wants it. It has been a while. It has been a while. How are you doing? Water evaporates and fire is put out by water. Every type matchup can go both ways. You just have to be creative. You can overwater a plant. That's a thing. You know that loot means treasure. What? What's up, S. Gonzalez22? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Just want to know why ice isn't super effective against water. It freezes it. See, there are definitely some of those typings that I'll think about in my head and go like, oh yeah, that definitely would be that case. Like things like Psychic, Afraid of the Dark, Afraid of Ghosts, stuff like that makes sense. But yeah, some of the typing matchups just don't really make a lot of sense. And a tiny celebration because you have 40 subs. Awesome, Lana. Congratulations. Dark Litten Raid. What's up, Dark Litten? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? You sub. Well, thank you, Yandel. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I wish you could high five, but you can't. Oh, unfortunate. Raven Branwin, welcome. Also from the raid. How's it going, Raven? Fire is hot and water is wet. Is water wet, though? Is water wet, or does it just make things wet? Playing some Smash on 3DS? Awesome! How's that going? Earlier described that Shiny Ursaring has someone ate toxic waste with them threw up and became Shiny Ursaring. Green Shiny should not exist. Like I've said before, it's just a matter of green's a really hard color to get right. And when it is done right, it's done really well. It looks really nice. Well, that's good to hear. Water's moist and makes you wet. Water ain't wet. This is as controversial as the state of hot dogs being sandwiches, apparently. Hope we can do it right on Egg Stream. Oh, what? We can do what right? Water is water. This is true. That is a fact. Recently, you're going to delete your Omega Ruby saves. You can hunt Poochyena so you can transfer it to Diamond and Pearl remakes. Since it'll be shiny locked. Yeah, Diamond and Pearl remakes, I'd imagine the Sinnoh Legends would be locked for their game, unfortunately. No, not with the sandwiches in the trees. The weirdest way to define that, I think. Yo, what's up, Roxy? Welcome to the stream. Are you late? Nah, we still got like an hour left in the stream. How's it going? Concrete facts here. That's all we're stating. And Emerald Espeon's green looked bad. I'm not a fan of it now, honestly. Like, it's one of the ones where... I don't know, I obviously understand people who do like it. I'm just not a big fan, personally. I prefer, Keldeo shiny green form. After breaking chains of 38 last night, you were determined to get shiny Voltorb, and just now you have obtained it! X-Rider, awesome! Congratulations! Congratulations, yeah, breaking a 38 chain, that's awful. Because, yeah, at that point, you're right there. Right there. Sinnoh Legends will be locked in a probably walking here team. Now, most likely. Pretty much anything that relates to the story ends up getting locked, I think, in the newer games. Or has seemed to be the ones that get locked in the newer games. After last stream, I saw another stream that started streaming 8 hours ago. Some guy was supposed to be here to fix the cable. They said they'd be here around 1 or 5, but now it's 6. I've dealt with that before. I've dealt with that with so many things. They're like, oh, we'll be here at this time. And like this time window, it's like, okay, that's a pretty generous window. That's a lot of my day. And then they still miss it. Like 2 years ago, I had to get a mattress. Because like, I moved into an apartment that wasn't furnished, all that stuff. So I had to like get a new mattress and a new bed frame and all that. And you know, so it's like, oh, we'll be there between 1 and 2. And it's like, okay, well, you know, woke up, got stuff done. I was in the apartment from 1 to 2. It's like, okay, this is a lot. Then like 3 rolled around, they weren't there. 4 rolled around, they weren't there. 4:30 comes and I like get a call from them. They're like, what building was it in again? Like it was 101B or whatever it was. Like it was the, you know, they were at the wrong building somehow with this, and like I wrote it down when I bought it, like all this stuff. And then they show up and they're like, oh, fill out the card, and I was like, and they like gave this whole reason about like, oh, the original truck it was on didn't do it or whatever, and then like fill out a survey card, and I was like, what do I put for this? And for like, you know, where they were on time, and I was like, and like they just were like, oh crap, like they were caught, and I'm like, come on, like in all seriousness, guys, how do you do this? What do you prefer, shiny Bagon or shiny Corsola? I like Corsola personally. You're gonna be right back, may take a while. All right, Nate, see you in a little bit. King Boo PD, welcome to the stream. The cable guys are always late, or they just like try to skip out on it entirely. I keep going in the bag. yeah, I'm not a big fan of interacting with cable and internet people. Like, the companies for it always just seem to be the worst. That and, like cell phone carriers. It's a pain in the neck to deal with them. Like, with my... Like, I mentioned a week or two ago, I had to get a new phone because mine started, like, boot looping and wasn't staying on. The power button was stuck, so it wouldn't lock, and it wouldn't lock when I clicked it, but it would lock itself. And so we go into the store, and the sales lady was not the most knowledgeable and was kind of frustrating dealing with that, but that's more or less me just being frustrated that my phone was broken. And, like, we're talking like, oh, we still owed money on the phone, but apparently, like, you get $100 back if the phone's in good enough condition. She looked at it and said, yeah, this one is good, just bring it back. And, it's like, you know, oh, you'll get, like, $100 back or whatever for, like, the amount of money still owed on that phone. It's like, okay, cool. So I, like, got it wiped, got all this stuff done, but it still boot loops. And so, like, that's the reason we were in there, and the lady knew that. And we walk in, and they just won't take it. Because, like, oh, it's not turning on. It's like, that's not what you guys said. You guys cared that, it, like, the screen wasn't cracked. And, yeah, so that's, like, the ridiculousness that just goes on with all those kinds of companies, you know? Always, always late. Today, you got shiny Regice. Nice. Have you heard the show called Everyone Hates Crits? Yes, I have. Be back going to clean up. Alright, see you in a bit, Raven. So relieved to finally obtain that shiny Voltorb. This little guy gave you more trouble than you thought. But you finally got it. Feels like a huge weight just lifted off your shoulders. Awesome, X-Rider. I'm so glad you're able to get it. Shiny hunting for shiny Fennekin. Well, good luck, Andal. Good luck. Boot loops is a funny word. Yeah. But I mean, that's what it is. It's like, it just keeps booting up and then turning off, and booting up and turning off. I think in my case, it wasn't like the software's broken, because there are some phones that have had that issue, that do have that issue sometimes. Where, like, you turn them off and back on, and they just go almost all the way on, and then turn off, and then almost all the way back on, and it's like actually a problem inside the phone. But mine was like, something was in the power button. Like, that's what the problem is. Deep down is that there's something like lint or something filling up the power button port, like the lock button port, so it just doesn't click right. And, but yeah, so it was just something where it was like frustrating, where I couldn't fix it myself and all that. And just like that sort of thing, you explain the problem, they ignore you and do some random task, and they're like, oh, it's your problem. The problem was more that they told us specifically, bring the phone back within 14 days. It's like, you know, you have 2 weeks. Like, it was a week later, and we took it back. And they just, like, refused to take it now. It's like, you specifically said, and part of the reason why we accepted buying the other phone is because you said this. But now, no. Like, that's the frustrating part, is, like, I knew they were gonna do something like that, too. Like, it's like, you just know that's the kind of thing where it's like, it's just frustrating, and honestly, I'm just more impressed that it was only here, and it wasn't like they accepted it and shipped it back, and then went, oh, it's not turning on, and then ship it back again, and then, like, tell us that we owe them for, like, shipping, or something. Like, that's just the level where I think the worst of those kind of companies, just because the amount that I've had to deal with that kind of stuff. You know, because we went with the dog ears and the power button. For me, I don't even know what it was. The phone had an issue with the USB port build up, but I was able to clean that out with just like pocket lint and dust and stuff. And so I think it's the same kind of thing, just behind the power button. But like everywhere I like searched for the answer, or whatever, it was like I was trying to figure out, you know, why my phone's power button wasn't like clicking. But people are like, oh, mine's stuck in, or mine's like mushy and it doesn't click. Mine like clicked perfectly. Like, it physically felt fine. It's just, when I was clicking it, nothing was happening on the screen, but I could just be using it, and it would lock, or it would unlock, or it would show the power options menu, or it would turn the camera on, because like double-clicking the power button turned the camera on. So like something was just not working there. And yeah, so it's like we took it in, we said, this is the exact problem we're having, the power button just doesn't do this stuff, and they're like, oh, well, the screen looks okay, we'll take it. It's like, They wouldn't though, and it's just super frustrating, you know? You know? They got you good, jerks wanted just to sell new phone. The thing is like, as well, is like, they specifically tried to sell me certain phones, which I know they probably want to sell the most expensive one or whatever, but it's like, I walk in and they're like, oh, do you want to go look at, you know, iPhones? And I'm not an iPhone guy, I'm not a big Apple person. It's like, no. You want to look at Samsung's? Same deal. No. It's like, oh, well, we have, you know, these phones. And I was like, okay, well, how about that one? That one booth you haven't. It's like, oh, no, you don't want that. It's like, well, that's the one I've been researching. Like, that's the one I've actively looked at. Ended up not going with it because, like, other issues just in general with the phone and stuff. But it's like, but that's, like, the phone that I came in here saying I kind of wanted. And I told you specifically I didn't want the other ones. It was a very interesting and confusing time to be in the store. Because I was just sitting there like, I don't even know. Clearly they didn't listen to you saying that. I know, right? Like, oh, this one doesn't turn on. It's like, the problem is it keeps turning on. Like, it won't stay on. But it keeps trying. Like, obviously something's right in there. I'm assuming you accepted it with a giant dent in the metal. And with a bunch of scratches. So you're obviously just going to take most of this apart and honestly use the screen as a replacement screen. That's what you're going to do. But they wouldn't accept it. And it was just, oh well. Your dog, Ruger, I'm assuming that's how it's said, came to say hi. Well, hello, Ruger. Shiny Eevee or Kroga? Probably Shiny Eevee. Trading 4 Master Balls from your Platinum, you found the Voltorb, so have self-destruct. Turns out they don't. Don't care though. You're using them. Fair enough. Get some great balls inside of some Master Balls. After you get Shiny Dialga and Alpha Sapphire, you're gonna hunt Giratina in Ultra Sun, then hunt Palkia in Omega Ruby. After you deposit all your Pokemon in Pokemon Bank before deleting your Omega Ruby save file. Sounds like a plan. You got Rocket League for the Nintendo Switch today? Awesome, Kyle! Awesome, I hope you enjoy it. Honestly, like, Rocket League is a fantastic game. Next to Pokemon, specifically even Pokemon Sun, like, Rocket League is my most played game. Just because it's so much fun to play. Just don't break your DS and lose all your banked Pokemon. Yeah, no, yeah, I don't want to do that. That'd be very bad. When we realize that we want a shiny, he probably does, but he wants a shiny too. How far over odds is Regice now? About 2.5 times odds, I want to say. Maybe a little bit more. It's not quite... Oh, it's definitely over double. It's almost a triple. 4,096 will be triple odds on it. Because it's 1 in 1,365. So yeah. Both these hunts are just insane. Regice is more unlucky at this point than Charmander is, which is crazy to think about. But it's true. Always keep your DS plugged in when you play it. I had to as well with my 3DS, but fortunately, like, the 2DS that I got now is good off the Trojan. It's because we're calling it the worst shiny and now it's mad. It's just like, I'm the worst, but you're still, like, hunting for me. What's up with that? It's very salty, and yeah, it's taking it out on us now, I guess. It's probably worse than I've been saying. It's not that I think it's bad, I just think it's disappointing. I feel like that's even worse than... I feel like that's even worse to it, like the, you know, when parents say I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I'm just really, really scared now. Hanging out in the back of the cage, sulking about it. Make sure all the Pokemon you want to bank has to be in one box in your game. I mean, you can bank Pokemon from multiple boxes, it's just not as easy, or it takes a bit more time, but you can load an entire, like, multiple boxes in the bank. Love Shiny Voltor's blue coloring, nice cobalt blue. Sorry for bragging too much, but you're glad you didn't. Didn't blew this chance again. I feel you, dude. I totally would be talking about it if I got it. I have a hankering for salad, but already ate a salad today. We can't have too much salad, right? I didn't explode. So we're trying to transfer Pokemon from Gen 5 games. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, I know I've transferred like my entire living dex in and out of Sun with ease, and obviously that takes up multiple boxes. We're Shiny Evolution instead of Shiny Sylveon. You have him. Umbreon. Umbreon's like my favorite Shiny Evolution. Hunting for a story mode of Lightyears and Lightyears. Well, good luck, Pika-san. You just do, you don't lose Pokemon. I mean, it's really hard to lose them with that. You really have to, like, be sitting there ready to rip the cartridge out of the system while it's uploading to Pokemon Bank, and even then, it's not like days past where if you rip it out in the middle of it, it's absolutely guaranteed going to break stuff. There's a good chance it will. But most of the time now, there's like redundancy to that, so that when you do transfer things to Pokemon Bank, or save the game or whatever, it has a copy of everything saved from before it broke, or before it tried, so that if something does go wrong, it keeps it where it should be. Yo, what's up, TV? Welcome to the stream. I haven't watched your streams for a while since your holiday. How you doing? I'm doing well. How about you? I got done with my internship and all that, so we're back to the usual stream time, which is nice. It's way earlier than it used to be. Same Pokemon Platinum. After that, I don't know, maybe Vaporeon. I've got all the evolutions shiny myself. When is this guy gonna show up? I don't know, I honestly thought that one was shiny, but I don't know. Hopefully soon. I'd really like to get it today. At least one of them. One more shiny in the basement here. Before we go back to the apartment. Better say the thing. I mean, it's gotta be shiny for me to say it. Before you deleted your Mega Ruby save, you'll be depositing all your Pokemon in the Pokemon Bank, except your non-shiny Magikarps. I feel like those are what you should deposit first, ahead of everything else. Where's Charmander at, yo? I don't know. He's being a pain in the butt, isn't he? What's up, Maria Wilson? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Shiny Crobat went missing back in Soul Silver when you put in your Pokewalker. Ever since then, I didn't want to lose any of your shiny Pokemon. I mean, I think there was a way to, like, recover Pokemon from the Pokewalker. Unless you've reset the save. If that's happened, it's gone. But I'm pretty sure there's a way to recover them from Pokewalker. Have you ever thrown away someone's gift because it was bad? I don't think I've ever... Not in recent memory, at least, I would say. Sometimes the AI doesn't have a brain to Pokemon. Sometimes. Game AI can be like that. It'll have moments where it's kind of dirt. Maria Wilson, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. While someone drops here Pokewalker in the snow, and why is it that it then stays outside? That stays outside of winter. No! Oh no, that's awful. Hey, friend's gift. Turning your last birthday. Aw. I mean, if it's something you're not gonna use, and there's no real way to like figure out how to use it or return it or something, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Oh no! Why would you do it in front of her? That's different. That's different, I feel. I guess that is a question that needs to be asked there. Like, what was the part? Like, if it's a gift that they knew was intentionally bad, that's a different story, I think. But oh no, aw. Really, I'm finding the shiny since we're sure it was. That's what the odds say. Like, it's got to happen eventually. But yeah, no, I haven't got a new shiny in over a month. Manuel Gutierrez, welcome to the street. How are you guys doing? Lost shiny Magikarp a year ago. Oh no! Not the shiny Magikarp. GTS and Pokemon is unfair. It's hard. It's a hard system to use because no one really uses it right, I guess. Like, there's way more people who are out there trying to be lazy or stuff and use it improperly, I guess. And it results in a lot of issues where, like, things just don't work right. Bradley Jackson, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, like, GTS is just in a situation where it's kind of like, if everyone goes on there trying to find good trades, no one's going to find good trades, because you need people going on there attempting to make good trades. And I think a lot more people go in trying to find other people's good trades, and there's so few of them that as soon as one's there, people snatch it up. Like, there's way more of a demand than the supply. So, like, when they show up, they go away immediately. But, like, if you put up a trade that's actually reasonable, like, you know, version exclusive for version exclusive around the same level and stuff, like, it's way better. But when a bunch of people put up, like, you know, well, here's a, like, you know, mid-game Pokemon or whatever that's from the game you don't have. I want the legendary from your game. It's like, no. No. Why is that? Like, it's not a valid trade. Like, you have to go on there and, like, set the trade you want yourself and then it works. Wonder Trade's different, obviously, by virtue. GTS is unfair. Bad people and they're trying to get legendaries for worthless Pokemon. Krusty Krab, unfair too. Also, shiny Natsu in Pokemon Sapphire at Safari, it ran away. I like the Mystery Wonder Trade. Like, that one's meant to be, like, the whole point of Wonder Trade becomes, like, the whole point of Wonder Trade becomes, like, what am I going to get for the Pokemon I put in? A lot of people are like, what am I going to get for this Magikarp? And it ends up in the same boat. But, like, Wonder Trade, at least it's more acceptable. You kind of know that it's going to be a mystery coming out the other side. GTS has been good. You got a shiny. Hit the really Gliscor when you ask for any Gliscor. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Gotta go. You deposited a dupe hider for a Gliscor and got a shiny one. What? That's pretty nice. The kind of person that sends out rare and shiny Pokemon. You like the thought of making someone's day. That is pretty cool. I'm greedy and keep most of my Pokemon to myself and don't trade, even if it's like a triplicate. But that's me and my weirdness. GTS be like level 1 Magikarp, Shiny Arceus level 1 to 10. Yep. Either sort to do the give a shiny for a normal trade. Maybe you gave away the Gliscor. That was mentioned above. Done that when you get a legendary and mythicals you already have. Yeah, fair enough. Like, I think the thing there is, I know my mentality would be if I got like a shiny through Wonder Trade, it's like this is probably hacked. Like that's my immediate thought, is it is gemmed in some way. Granted, I haven't used Wonder Trade, so I don't really know too much, but yeah. GTS in a nutshell. Yeah. Like, this is the thing is, I went on there, I needed, like, I forget what I needed, but it was for Ultra Moon. And I wasn't far enough at Ultra Sun to get it myself, and I wanted the Shiny Charm that day to hunt Articuno, I think. Like, I needed it, it's like, oh, I'm starting, like, the hunts I need it for now, oh crap. And, like, I found, like, 3, but they were like, yeah, we want Dialga for it, or Poochyena. I was like, no, why? I don't have those yet. I need this to get those. What's up, Reese's to Pieces? Or Reese's to Pieces. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? You got bored? Well, hopefully the stream can help cure your boredom for the next 25 minutes or so. Trying to get the version different Pokemon. I know, like, that's what I tried using it for, and yeah, it just didn't work. I was on way more of a time crunch, so it was kind of like, I couldn't put up the trade and hope that, you know, it worked. I was just hoping to find it really quick. Use GTS to get all Wormhole shinies. Cool. I like the Rattata for an event-only Legends trade. Talk about fair. Of course. Or like the impossible Pokemon. What's up, Litten live streams? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Level 110 Venusaur or something? Yeah. Or the, you know, like, specific gender only of gender that, like, a Pokemon that doesn't have that gender. Any of those kind of trades. Pokemon's better, Gallade or Gardevoir? I'm more familiar with Gardevoir just because I didn't even know about Gallade until Oras. So, I mean, Gardevoir is more of the original for me. I don't know which one's better competitively or anything. Nice to hear. Well, that's good to hear, Maria. When's Regice over odds? Regice has been over odds. It went over odds at 1,365. What's up, Mario? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? One's registered for like triple over odds. It'll hit triple odds at 1 in 4,096. Like at non-shiny charm full odds. It'll be over odds or triple odds. They do that with Carbing and GTS. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. If we don't get it today, we might actually hit... If we don't get it today or Thursday, we might actually get it. We might actually hit it. You're back. Gotta do some dishes. Alright, see you in a bit, Roxy. Look who's back. Welcome back. The yawns are here now. I've been packing all day. I don't know. I guess I'm tired from that. Need to walk the doggo. I hope the doggo is doing good, Nate. This train for about 10 minutes now, and it still hasn't moved. Oh no! Oh, I hope it gets moving soon. Story mode, Shiny Latios will be your death. Just like Regice and Charmander for me. You can use the Hun, Jesse is drowsy. We're late for school now. Hopefully you'd be able to explain that. Like, if the bus legitimately isn't moving, I don't think that can be considered your fault, right? If the train isn't moving, it can't be considered your fault. Hearing loud thunder now, so if you don't talk, it's because the internet's out. Alright, see you again. Stay safe. Hope the internet doesn't end up going out, though. It takes forever until you can see if it's shiny. Yeah, that one does, doesn't it? It's your favorite breed of doggo, yours is a Shiva. I mean, we have a mini Schnauzer and a Morkie, which is like a Maltese and Yorkie mix. I would love to have a German Shepherd, though. Dogs. I never will, why not? We have boxers, Sharpies, and bulldogs. Like, things like, you know, bulldogs and pugs and all those kind of dogs with like smush faces, they look really cute and stuff, but I feel so bad for them because they have so many like breathing issues, you know? Like, you gotta feel bad for them just because, like, they're born, like, struggling to breathe, unfortunately. Oh, what's that sound? City School can be excused when train is on the tracks because they sit there in the middle of rush traffic. Man, that's pretty crazy. But yeah, I'd imagine, like, if it's something that's beyond your control, like, it's like, I shouldn't have to expect, you know, a 30-minute delay on something that's not 30-minute delay of me getting out the door. You know, like, at that point, it should be reasonable. The fear of dogs. Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear that. But I gotcha. That's a good reason. That's a good reason not to, like, to not have a dog. Probably best in that situation. Frank Perna, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. You like Dachshunds, Bullmastiff, and Bloodhound. Okay. Not gonna chat for a while because you have full screen on. That's all good. That's all good, Nate. Yeah, so like, I don't know. We've always had small dogs at home, at least as long as I've been around. So I'd like to get a big dog at some point. Like I said, German Shepherd would be really cool. Partially just because German Shepherds are nice, like big dogs, as well as like one of the more like I guess trainable and like loyal type of breeds. I feel just because their background and stuff and what they tend to be used for. And also because of that background, what they tend to be used for, it'd be cool to have it along with my old retired cop car that I drive. I don't know, I think that'd be cool. Honestly, that was initially what I was like, huh, that'd be kind of funny, and then I was like, oh, that actually would be a cool dog to have. Luvdisc and Draining Kiss. Luvdisc was a pain in the butt hunt for me. I remember that. I think that might have been why. That and like, it was a pain in the butt getting it to call for help, I think. Showing a good cat is hard. Getting supplies. I've never had a cat. My mom's allergic, so we've never had a cat in our house. So I've never like had one to take care of. I don't know if I'd be a big cat person ultimately. Like, I definitely think I'm more of a dog person. And a cop car, yep. An old cop car. Not like old, but old enough that anytime I get underneath it, or like anytime I think about, is there something that's broken on it, the answer is probably yes. But yeah, it's a reliable little car, big car. As far as like going back and forth between like my apartment and the grocery store, or occasionally driving back home and stuff. It's hard because of all the dogs in the pet store. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Never had any pets. We've always had at least one dog in the house, as well as my sister keeps a bunch of fish. I used to have hamsters. My sister had hamsters for a while too. So like we've had pets. We tend to have a lot of pets around. Not like, you know, the kind where you open the door and like 10 different animals come rushing down. But we've had some. We've had pets all the time. What's up, Kajido? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How goes it? It goes well. It goes well. Just still in a shiny drought as far as the streams go. You got a shiny Cottony? Awesome, Jam. Congratulations. Congratulations. That's awesome. What type of hamsters did I have? I had Robo-Dwarf hamsters, like Roborovsky. I think Roborovsky dwarf hamsters, like the really, really tiny ones that wouldn't ever stop running. They were fantastic. I actually like told this yesterday, I think a little bit, but I got one, and then like a year and a half later or so, I got another one. Like I had a guy, and then I got another male, but the pet store lied, and then I had a guy and a girl. Did not realize it, and then I had 8 hamsters. And so we had to wait like a month before we could clean the cage at all, because the mother would freak out and made this whole mess. And after that, yeah, we had to give most of them back to the, gave most of them back to the pet store. Like, we can't take care of these, and no one's gonna buy hamsters from some random kid. So here, like, have them up at the front of the store to be adopted, like that kind of thing. My sister had, I think, a Siberian hamster, like one of the, what you normally think of when you think of a hamster, for a little while, but he got sick, unfortunately. Then she had some dwarf hamsters, not like robo-dwarfs, but just like dwarfs for a while. And now she has like 4 different fish tanks that are all like thriving. So that sort of thing. What's up, lady on the Team Flare, Grovile, welcome to the stream. You have one of those, awesome! Awesome. So cute. I was so glad when I got my Cottony. My Cottony took forever to find. Keeping hamsters together is a bad idea. I mean, keeping big hamsters together is a bad idea. Smaller hamsters like dwarf hamsters and Roborovsky hamsters, like basically dwarf hamsters and other types of dwarf hamsters, are social and they'll get along together. But yeah, you shouldn't keep like regular non-dwarf hamsters. Like if you get like Siberian hamsters, short or long hair, they do not like each other unless they've been litter mates their whole lives and a whole bunch of other factors. They have to have enough room and all that stuff. But dwarf hamsters are like pack animals. They'll stick together. I guess not really pack, but they're very sociable animals amongst themselves. But yeah, so if you get like a big hamster, yeah, don't get multiples. Dwarf hamsters are the only types that we kept together. Syrian hamsters with each other, they kept together. Yeah, exactly. I had Roborovsky dwarfs. It's like they were the less aggressive dwarf hamsters. Like if you get normal dwarf hamsters, they tend to they tend to not like people nearly as much. They'll be way more aggressive towards people than Robos will. As well as Robos are even smaller and run all the time. Like, all the time. I had to get new wheels for them fairly regularly because they kept busting the bearings out of them. They just wear them down. I actually got your shiny Riola via SOS a couple days ago. Awesome, Kajio. Congrats. Found 2 shiny Hippini before you got the little guy. Best of all, your nature sync actually worked. Dude, that's great. That's great. I'm glad you're able to, like, catch the Hippinis as well. Your previous hamster owner saved a lot of knowledge. Yeah, like, yeah, because I owned my hamsters back in, like, middle school, and the one that I had, like, the last one I had lasted until, like, beginning of high school. Like, both, like, a year past their normal life expectancy and stuff. But, yeah, so I had them for a while, and I did all my research as far as that went. Initially, I just had the 1, then I got 2, and then I had 8, and then I had 2 again. Yeah, so that was that. I mean, Instagram, I don't even have Instagram on my phone. Like, I used to, but I have not been incentivized to download it again. So I kind of don't right now, I guess. I never really had, like, a public one anyway. Me when hunting story mode Latias, very angry. Hey, I understand that, Pika-san. It's a difficult hunt there for sure. Welcome back, Roxy. How are you doing? Any suggestions to help a hamster that looks a little thinner than before you still eating and exercising? But I don't know. I guess yeah, just look up what their nutrition is, and like if they're eating all the food they're getting, make sure they're getting enough food. That's one of the big things. 'Cause even like the little guys ate like a handful of food. So yeah, just make sure they're eating enough. Obviously, if they're exercising, they could have just been overweight before. That could have been the case. Like maybe now they're actually getting the right amount of food, so they're thinning down to what they should be. But yeah, I'm not the expert on exactly what to do there. Definitely like look it up and stuff online, as well as potentially if you have to ask like someone who's more into like animal medicine and stuff. Your hands are soaked, but you saw a really pretty black and blue butterfly outside just now. That's cool. Like I said, Nate, you can, if you want to, you can feel free to post that in the Discord on the YouTube channel, like the YouTube chat. I'm not gonna go into that. That definitely is an option there for sure. Like if it looks like your hamster's alarmingly thin. Almost 7. Yep, we got about 10 minutes left in the stream. Hopefully, we can get lucky and get a shiny. I have no Discord. Ah, man. You got a hamster? That's cool, Scrumpy. What kind of hamster is it? I wish I could find images of mine, but like it's before I had any kind of like phone with a camera or anything. So I was saying that. I gotcha, man. Discord is free though if you want to make one, but obviously yeah, you don't have to. Hamsters are very good at hiding when they're sick or hurt. If you're noticing you're getting thinner, then something's probably wrong. Some sites recommend feeding small bits of dog treats over a few days. I mean, yeah, it's all going to be the same kind of, like, biscuit material. Obviously, like, you gotta check and make sure, 'cause if it isn't meant for a hamster, it could, or, like, for rodents in general, it could be bad for them. It could be an old hamster. There's many reasons why it could be a bad thing, or it could be a not very bad thing. Like I said, it could have just been fat before, and now it's thinner now that it's exercising, but I don't know. Yeah, it's definitely different. Old rodents tend to go on the weight roller coaster. You got one of the normal sizes. Okay, cool. Can't do it, no space. Oof. Rodents are pretty hard to read. Yeah. I didn't know that my one hamster was pregnant until it was no longer pregnant. Like, that's where, like, that lands in terms of, I honestly just thought, maybe it's getting a little chubby. Like, it wasn't enough for me to even justify, like, being suspicious of it. I had rats, gerbils, mice, hamsters. I've had the one series of hamsters, and that was really all I ever had. Which ran for, I guess, like 4 or 5 years. You have a question, real? Do you guys keep them in the right size cages? Yes. Yeah, I had like a... Oh man, I forget what size aquarium. It was like a 20-gallon aquarium tank or something that I put their bedding in and stuff, and that's where they were. Well, yeah, no, I mean, pet store, anything's like that. Look at beta fish that they sell in pet stores. They're in cups that couldn't even hold like a glass of water, and they're supposed to have at least 5 gallons for themselves. Like, yeah, they need a lot. Pet rock. It's a good start. It's a good stepping stone for pet care. Lemon free roam a lot. He doesn't like you more than before. He doesn't poop on you like at the beginning. Is he like a new hamster, Tegan? Because that could be it. Like, again, not a vet, not a hamster expert, but if they don't have enough space to roam around in the cages at the store, they're just gonna kind of plump up, I would imagine. Or they'll stress out and not eat, and they'll plump up when you get them. Again, like Roxy said, rodents in general are rodents. They're a bit more exotic as far as trying to understand them. Soon it would be a pet flower. Branson was a toe wrestler. Minimum cage size for a Suicune hamster is 360 square inches in the US. I mean, I had robos, so they're smaller. They needed the space to run. But, like, square inch wise, I definitely hit that. And, like, 10 by 34. Yeah, no, they definitely had enough space. Their cage was like... The cage I had, or the aquarium I had for mine was probably like 1 foot by 4 feet or something. Like, they had space. And all the toys and stuff that they could have needed. Yeah, dwarf hamster's a bit smaller. Robos need a bit more space than regular dwarfs, just because they run a lot, and you gotta make sure you have a wheel. I kept getting every wheel I could, and they just kept destroying them. Not like eating them or breaking. The bearings would disintegrate within a month because they just ran non-stop. Because that's what they do. Makes you miss something around. You miss guinea pigs too. This talk is really making you want to get another hamster, but again, like this apartment's just rough for that kind of thing because I have the space kind of, but I'm only there another year. So as long as I'm not a horrible pet owner, which I'd like to think I'm not, I'd have to figure out the logistics of moving a small animal hundreds of miles in about a year, which is more than I think I could really, like, comfortably do. Like, I wouldn't be very confident in my skills with that. Hamsters are actual buggers. Yes, they all are. And again, like, robos are just insane. What's up, Vanillix? How'd this hamster conversation start? I think we got onto the topic because we got on about pets, and then from there it just kind of went. Just woke up from a nap. That sounds like a good nap then, man. What I don't get is how hamsters get pregnant when they try to kill each other. In general, Scrumpy, that the ones that like try to kill each other are only the regular hamsters and not like the small ones. And generally that's for cages, because a lot of times if you don't put a hamster in a big enough cage, they're very territorial and they don't have enough space to have their own spot. It's like beta fish. If you have a big enough tank, you can put 2 beta fish together and they'll be fine. But everyone puts them in too small of tanks, like for even one. You need at least like a 5-gallon tank for a single one, and you need like probably about 100 gallons before both of them don't really find each other all that often. But with hamsters, it's really only like male hamsters. Like if you have a boy and a girl, they're more okay with each other than two guys. That's really the big problem. And guys, this is our final Charmander encounter of the night. John the Pikachu, welcome to the stream. Playing Mario Super Sluggers. Got 2 home runs in a row. Awesome! Sent by ads. Welcome to the stream. Oh, it's Nate. What's going on? Alright guys, final Charmander coming up. Come on, Charmander. It's its moment to shine. It's its time to shine right here, right now. People put betas in tiny, tiny little containers. There's to see people following the beta fish rumors of small space and no filter. No filter, no heater, all that stuff. It's like, yeah, it's like, I'd love to get a beta. And I know, like, people who really like betas and all this, and it's like, do you get a beta from, like, do you save a beta from that little tiny tank where it's, you know, it's turning pale, it's falling apart, all this stuff, or do you go somewhere else and not support the, like, pet store that did that? It's rough. But here you go. Last Charmander was not shiny, but yeah, no, like, I'd want to get, like, a beta and get, like, you know, 10-gallon tank for it, some Tetras or whatever, and put them in there. But yeah, I don't know. I'd have the potential space for it, but I'd be really nervous about moving them in a year. Like, I'd have to make a trip dedicated to them. Like, not packed in with everything else. Because moving them's like the only time that it's remotely okay to put them in a small container, because that way they don't move around as much. Only didn't fall asleep. It's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah, but no, like, I always thought that too, like, oh, beta's supposed to be in, like, tiny tanks or whatever, because they're sold in a cup. And the pet store's not going to tell you you need to go buy a big tank. They'll tell you to buy the cheapest tank there, so you're like, oh, they're not too expensive. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Missed the stream. Most of it. But alright, guys, here we go. Last encounter of the night. What's the point of a rock for a pet? They were a trend. But alright, here we go. Encountering a Regice, encountering Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is not shiny. And I don't think Regice is either. Yep, it is not. So, thank you everyone for tuning into the stream. Thank you for everyone that liked, everyone that subscribed, Darklit for the raid. Again, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will, one second, yeah, we will be back on, hopefully Thursday, definitely by Friday, because tomorrow's the day that I'm moving, and all that. So again, thank you everyone for coming out, and I can't wait to see you all next time, and until then, take care.